We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hopefully, you can hear me and see me okay. Thank you so much for watching. Whether you're watching a replay or watching live, thank you so much for taking the time. I was gonna do this yesterday, but I was totally pooped. I was wiped and I didn't do it. And I'm glad that I didn't because I have more time to think about it and tell you the real reason why. There's like a really, really real reason why. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna make you mad, but that's okay. That's okay. So if you know anybody that needs to make money and they're not making money, do me a favor, share this broadcast because I'm gonna tell you the reason why. You're gonna be mad first, but then you'll be glad. Does that make sense? You'll be mad first, but then you'll be glad. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited that you're here. If you don't know who I am, I was telling my students the other day that you have to be really clear about who you are and let people know. Like you have to be very, very specific. So I wanted to give them an example on how you tell people, how you introduce yourself to people, whether they have been watching you for a long time or they just started watching you. You have to give them a title and a context. You have to give them a way that they can connect with how you say it. So I am the content monetization and leverage content queen, okay, strategist. So what does that mean? That means that when I meet with people, when I meet them and I see what they do, my head is thinking numbers. My head is thinking, how do you monetize that? How do you take that digital? How do you take that from one person to many? How do you monetize your content, your mind, your intellect? How do you take that and actually make money? That's just how my brain works. And I do that with books. I do that with audiobooks, with products, with courses, with masterminds, with certifications. Any content that you have between this space and this space, I hear it, I meet you, and I'm like, yes, we could do that. And then I just take it to 6-7 figures flat in no time. That's my gifting. That's what I get to do. Content monetization is what I do. I am the author of a gazillion books. That's just one of the tools that I use. But my brain and the calculator, listen, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. The fact that I happen to be a woman of faith, my content is faith-based. I mostly work with women, but I do work with a few very determined men, actually quite a few of them, that want to work with a coach that knows what she's talking about. So that's who I am. That's what I do. And you can find me at catherinestoring.com. That's where you get all the info. You can just Google me. I'm Googleable. You can go check it out. Or you can also go to Amazon and check some of my books. Some of them don't have my name on it because I'm also a ghostwriter. That makes sense? So that's who I am. That's how it's done. So I told you what my title was, but that's really not even that important. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. What matters is, can they understand? Can they connect with what you do? That's like, that was a bonus. You don't even have to pay for that one. That one was for free. Make sense? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for watching. It's really, really my pleasure to share this with you because it's needed, it's necessary. It's needed and it's necessary. So do me a favor, go ahead and share this broadcast. And once you share it, type #share. Just do me a favor, do that. I'll give you a shout out and then we're gonna get right into the content. I gave you a quick little teaching. That one was free. Now let's go right into it. Let me say hello real quick to a few people. Veronique, good to see you. Tisha, good to see you, darling. Rhea, good to see you. Takesha. Melissa, Greg, good to see you. Mark, good to see you. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for coming on. The lighting is awesome. The curls are popping. Let's talk about this, okay? The real reason, okay, and it's capital R, capital E, capital A, capital L. The real reason why you're not making money with your shirts, with your books, with, I forgot to say, your MLM, your multi-level marketing, your courses, your masterminds, your retreats, all the things. Like, if you're here, maybe you're making a little bit of money, but I don't call that money. Do you know what I call money? Let me know if you know what I mean when I say money. Just give me a thumbs up if you know what money is. Some people think, oh, I'm making money, but they're struggling and they're barely paying their bills. That's not making money. You're just getting by, okay? Making money is when you pay your bills and you have enough money left over to live life, where you can give as much as you want to give, where you can travel where you want to travel, and you can support whoever you want to support. That's money, like real money. Make sense? So that's money. So if you're here and you're not making that kind of money where you can live the life that you know it's available to you, then this broadcast is for you. So I was talking to a client the other day, someone really talented, okay? No names, really talented. And that's not your issue either. Just so you know, no doubt, I hope there's no doubt in your mind, you're amazing. I hope that, let me know if there's any doubt in your mind, and I'm gonna demystify it real quick. There should be no doubt in your mind, you're amazing. You're like, Catherine, I'm amazing. Give me a thumbs up if that's you. You're amazing. You're talented. You work harder than anybody else in the whole entire world and any other place out there. You show up. You know what you're doing. You have amazing. You have amazing. Okay? Amazing talent. You have amazing content. Your stuff is like top notch. Your stuff is top notch. And you're like, why am I not making the kind of money that I should be making? Think about it. Like, you're like, it's not for lack of trying, and that's great. That's also great. Congratulations, that's great. But is it, for all of us, there's always another level, right? There's always another level. Why are we not hitting that level, right? So you're like, I'm talented, I'm connected, I'm committed, I'm doing all the things, I'm showing up, I'm doing all the things, like all the things. What is going on? Why are things not happening? And let me know if you have ever done this, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do this, and then you do it, and then it doesn't pan out. And then you get upset, you get a little mad, and then you're like, okay, a few weeks go by, maybe a few months go by, you try something else, you create something else, and again, you don't get the kind of money that you thought you were gonna make, right? And you get disappointed, you're upset because you really had your hopes high, you have put a lot of time and effort into putting that thing together, and it didn't work. So you go and you lick your wounds, and then of course, a few months go by, and then you create something else again, and it just flops right in your face. Let me know if that's frustrating for you. I know I've been there. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. Before I figured this stuff out, I've been there, where I was just creating to create. How do you think I got to so many books? How do you think I got up to book like 20, 21? Because I kept creating. Because when you are very creative, it's like you can't create fast enough. You get bit by the creative bug, and you're like, oh my God, I need to create this, I need to create that, and you're just creating all the time, not realizing that all the stuff that you created already, it needs to be shared. You actually need to monetize that stuff. And by monetization, I mean there is a system. There is something behind it that is working 24/7. Like it is a machine working in the back end, making you money. So when you get up in the morning, you have those notifications from PayPal and Stripe and any other provider that you use for payment, and you have that money coming in, right? So you have to have that machine. But if you keep creating all the time and you don't take time to feed the machine, what's gonna happen? The machine cannot work. Does that make sense? The machine cannot work. It's like if you have a car and you drive it and you drive it and you drive it and you never put gas in it. At some point, the car is gonna run out of gas. Even if you have one of those electric cars, if you don't plug it in, it's gonna run out of charge. It's just gonna die on you. It's just gonna die on you. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. So why you think your business is different? So I'm talking to this client, again, really talented, really amazing, great content, and we're talking about it. And sometimes I have realized that I'm like a doctor when it comes to why is your monetization not working. Like I know one of my students calls me Dr. Easy because I look at things that, I really write the book about it. I look at things and like, okay, why is that not working? So we're having this conversation. It's a coaching session and we're talking about it, and it's like, okay, what are the things that you're doing? What are the money generating activities that you're doing? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Catherine, I'm busy all the time. Hey, Julie, good to see you. I'm busy all the time, Catherine. Like, I'm not watching TV. I'm not eating bonbons. I am working. I'm in front of my computer. I'm doing the stuff. Like, you're doing the stuff. And you're like, what's going on? It's not like I'm not doing stuff, right? You are really busy. I get it. But are you doing money generating activities? Are you doing things that actually bring money in, or are you just doing busy work? I want you, this is your homework. I want you to be taking notes and answer these questions for yourself. I cannot answer those questions. Only you can answer those questions. What are you spending your day doing? What are the things that you're working on every day? And do they move the needle? Do they help you make more money, or do they help you get busy? Are you busy and now money is coming in? If you had a job, and some of you still do, if you had a job and you showed up every day, and at the end of the 2 weeks they did not give you any money, you will be out of there faster than immediately, okay? Faster than immediately. So why would you allow in your business, for things to not work the way that you want to? You keep showing up and you keep showing up and nothing happens. Why would you do that, right? And as entrepreneurs, many of us have done that. I know that I have. Many times I have done that. And I want to bring it to your awareness. I want you to realize that if you're not able to sustain yourself at the level that your job used to, or at the level that you know you can, there's something wrong. There is something wrong. And I told you that it was gonna make you mad first, but it's gonna free you later. So now you have those questions. How am I spending my time? How am I spending my time? Am I doing money generating activities, or am I just busy? Okay? Or am I just busy? So I want you to, that's your homework. I want you to think about that and write it down and figure out, what am I spending my time doing, and is that bringing me money? Is that bringing me money? If it's not bringing you money, then you're just gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to figure it out, but that stuff is not working. And you know what they say about doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Thank you, Rolanda. What do they say? That is the mere definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So if you keep doing the same things because you like them, because you get likes, or because people show up, you're gonna be like, I get numbers and likes and stuff. Do you know what they call that? They call that vanity stats. Yeah, it looks good on paper, but you can eat with that. You cannot say, you can go to the bank and say, hey, I have 10,000 likes. I have 10,000 followers. Give me money. That's not how it works. The bank is not gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you money. They're not. They're not gonna give you money if you do that. So the real reason why you're not making money with your t-shirts, and they're great design, you have done the right stuff. Maybe it's even in ministry. Many of you have a faith-based business. My business is a faith-based business, and you're thinking, why am I not getting the invitations that I want to get? Why am I not teaching as much as I want to? Because many of you are teachers, and you're teaching different faith-based content that is really, really good, but is not moving at the level that it should. I'm going to tell you right now. I just wanted to set the stage so you can understand where I was coming from and ask yourself those really important questions. And now I'm going to tell you the reason why. This is where you're going to get mad at me, but I'm okay. I'm a big girl. I can take it, okay? I can take it. The real reason why you're not making money with all those things that I mentioned is because you are not consistently promoting them. If you're honest with yourself, you can throw things at the phone. I don't care. I can take it. You get excited. You create this stuff. You tell a few people. You go live a couple times. You post about it a couple times, and then crickets. And then crickets. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. I'll wait. I'll wait and see. Tell me if I'm lying. Hello. You create something. You get excited. You share about it a couple times, but then nothing. And then you wonder how come you're not making money. You're like, but you know what? I created it. I told people about it. I posted so much about it. I'm like, how many times did you post? I posted like 3 times. I'm like, with the way social media is, you posted 3 times and you are mad that people did not see it. Do you know how fast your timeline moves? Do you know how fast that is? And the way Facebook and the algorithm works, not everybody sees your stuff. It just doesn't, that's not the way it works. Maybe that worked before, maybe in 2015 that really worked. You can post a couple times, everybody saw your stuff, but that's not the way it works anymore. You need to have, this is the other part where you're gonna get mad at me. I'm okay with that. So the first one is you're not being consistent. You post here and there a couple times, but you're not consistent. So that was number 1. If you know someone needs this, help them out and share this on your timeline because they need it. Just go ahead and share it and type #shared, okay? Number 1, you're not consistent. That's number 1. Number two, again, you're gonna get mad. I don't care. You don't have a strategy. Number 2, you don't have a strategy. You create this stuff. It's random. Like your page looks like a crazy person runs it. And I seen this. You go to their page and you're like, okay, what is this person about? It's like, it looks like they have ADHD. Content ADHD. It's like they post about kitties, they post about food, they post about clothes, and you're like, they post people's, that's the other thing. Oh my God. I see people's timelines and it's other people promoting their stuff. I'm gonna give you this one for free. It's not even included, but I'm gonna tell you right now, stop letting people promote their stuff on your timeline. Stop letting people promote their stuff on your timeline. That's your real estate. What are you doing? That's your real estate. You know what I have on my timeline? It's blocked. You can tag me on stuff, but it doesn't go on my timeline unless I approve it. And most of the stuff doesn't get approved. If you were wondering, most of the stuff doesn't get approved. If we don't talk every day, if I don't even know what your event is about, if you didn't even ask me what your event is, that if you could do it, it's not gonna appear on my timeline. I respect my real estate. I respect my friends. I respect my followers, and I have like over 1,000 followers on Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that it's popular. I know that a lot of people do it. I know that you think more people are gonna see it, but many people are doing like I do. They have their timeline on lockdown. So stop doing that. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. It's annoying, and it's not getting you more money. It's just not. It is more effective if you ask them to post it for you. That's different. That's different. That was just for free. You don't have to pay for that one. That's just me helping you out because I love you, because I'm your sister and I love you. Okay, that was a free one. You don't even have to worry about it. So number one, you're not consistent. Okay, number one, you're not consistent. And I forgot what number two was. Let me know if you remember, because I know you guys are taking notes. Number three, you don't have a strategy. You are posting and you're creating stuff that is not consistent with your brand. You're posting stuff and people don't know, what does that have to do with the thing that you said that you do? What does that have to do with it? Like if I'm saying that I'm a content monetization strategist, why would I talk about engineering? Like, unless I'm gonna monetize engineering, but what am I gonna post about something about engineering? What does that have to do with anything? You need to have a strategy. Everything you post, are you listening to me? Can you type the word everything? Everything you post has to have a purpose, even on your personal timeline, especially on your personal timeline, because more people see it. What is the purpose of what you are about to post? Is it randomness? Is it like you have nothing to do and you're gonna post it? Does it tie back to your brand? Does it look good on your brand? Does it connect with people? Can they feel that you're human? Or you're just posting just to post? Are you creating content? Are you writing books just to write them and there's nothing that ties them together? Randomness? Random doesn't create money. I'm sorry. Random doesn't create wealth. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So you're not being consistent when you post. You're randomly creating. You're spending your time. I think that was number two. You're spending your time on things, on non-money generating activities. And you don't have a strategy. And you don't have a strategy. Thank you so much, Shawan. I appreciate that. You don't have a strategy. And you're like, I don't know how to do that, Catherine. And that's a legitimate question. I will give you that. If you don't know, that's cool. But not finding out, that's a problem. We're going to have a problem. Not finding out, not knowing, I get that. Because I have not known for a very long time. But staying there, not okay. Just not okay at all. Staying there because you don't know? What? You don't know? Okay, go find out. Go find out. I remember when my mom said, I was 14 years old. She said, okay, from now on, you're cooking. And she didn't care that I didn't know. She didn't care. She said, and I did not say I don't know. I couldn't even talk back. I couldn't say, Mom, I don't know. She's like, you're going to find out on the job. You're going to find out as you feed this family. I was like, okay. So for a few months, we ate some weird stuff. We ate some weird looking stuff, but you know what? I figured it out real quick. I figured it out. So you don't know how to do strategy, you need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. You need to have a strategy. And if you don't know, you got to go find out where you can get a strategy. Thank you so much for sharing, Kiki. Kiki, just go ahead and share the broadcast. If you haven't shared the broadcast, there's people out there that they have great intentions. They have great content. They want to share with others what they know. They're frustrated. They're about to throw in the towel. They need to know why it's not working, and they need to forgive themselves and change. Stop all the wrong things that you're doing and change. Figure out what the right stuff is and do those things instead. Listen, when Jesus was here, when he was walking on this earth, he was not random. Everything he did was interrelated. Everything he did confirmed who he was. Like, biggest entrepreneur ever. Very consistent. He had supporters. He was consistent about his message. He was doing this stuff on a regular basis, and he was really good at it. But he had a strategy. Even Jesus had a strategy. So why do you think you don't have to have a strategy? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? So you need to know what the strategy is. You need to drive people down a path, a very specific path. Where do you want them to go from point A to point Z? This is clear. I was teaching this last night inside the Promote Your Passion Club, blowing people's minds. And then I had a one-on-one client that I was helping, blowing her mind as well. If you want to make money, this one again is for free. If you want to make money, you need to know what the beginning is and what the end is. You have to stop charging $20 your whole life, $50, $100, and everything you do is that. Everything you do is $100. Everything you do is $50. And you're teaching the same level day in and day out. Again, that's a free one. You don't have to pay for that one. And if it hurts, just say ouch or say amen. Either way, it's okay. Either way, it's okay. If you're not growing, if you're not leveling up, eventually your pool is gonna dry out because you're teaching the same stuff over and over again. You're teaching it to the same people at the same level. They are growing, so the content should be going up. The level of the content should be going up. But if you're doing the same stuff all the time, what's the point? What's the point? Listen, and I'm not yelling at you. I'm not judging you because I made those mistakes for the longest time. This is on me too. This is on me too. I did that for the longest time because I didn't know. I was just creating. That's why I have so many books. I was just creating course after course, and I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a progressive plan of, you're here, my ideal client is here, I want to take them over there. How do I do that? How do I do that? Does that make sense? Can you see now why? Thank you, Candace. Can you see now why you're not making money with your t-shirts? Can you see how you have the t-shirts, but what's the next level? What happens after that? Can you see why your courses are not selling? You're not consistent. You don't have a strategy. You're creating random courses that your audience doesn't need. They're like, what? I bought this course on meditation, and now you want to sell me a course on kitchen cleaning? What does that have to do with anything? Like, you need to stop the randomness. You need to stop the randomness, and you have to be a specialist. I made that example again yesterday at the Promote Your Passion Club. Stop being a generalist. You need to be a specialist. Even when I say, I'm a business coach, I don't say I'm a business coach. I am a content monetization strategist. I work with women that make 6 figures and more. They are in corporate America or ministry, and they want to move over to a faith-based business. I work with some men, but most of the time, my specialty is working with women. And my content and my coaching is faith-based. I'm very specific. And if you want to create content that sells, that has a strategy, then I'm your girl. That's who I am. So the question is, when people are up at 2 o'clock in the morning, what are they searching for? Is your name gonna pop up? Is somebody saying, hey, I have a book on the inside of me. I want to do well with that book. I want someone that can help me. People know that's me. People know that that's me. They're like, okay, if I need to monetize something, I need to do something fast, I need a strategy, I need to know how to sell something, my name is gonna pop up. my name is gonna pop up. I'm getting referrals from people that I don't even know, but because they know what I do, they're like, okay, you go work with her. Like, they haven't worked with me, but they know what I do. So they say, what are you looking for? This girl, Catherine, she's killing it over there. She's doing this. Can people say the same thing about you? Can people say the same thing about you? If people look at your timeline and they're confused, one of my first coaches used to say, a confused mind does nothing. And I like to say, a confused mind doesn't buy. A confused mind doesn't buy. So if you look at your timeline right now, what are you gonna see? What are you gonna see? Are you gonna be able to know this is what I do, or you're gonna see a whole bunch of nonsense? Let me know. This is for you. This is an ouch. This is an ouch broadcast. I understand that it is. Good morning, Trina. Good to see you. I understand that it is, but it is needed. You need to wake up. Like, this is me shaking you up and saying, wake up. Stop the randomness. Stop the randomness. You are talented. You are anointed. You are special, but you are too random. You have no strategy. You're not doing money generating activities. You don't have a plan on how to take your dream client from point A to point Z. It's not from point A to point B. You need to have a big picture. What's the big picture? Where are you taking people? Once you have that and you have a strategy and you are consistent, listen. Listen. Do you understand what I'm saying? How many times have you had the best intentions? You write a book. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Chandra. I appreciate that. Let me know. Just say me. If this is you, say this is me. You have the best intentions. You create a program. You schedule an event, and you have the best intention to get it sold out. You have the best intentions, and then life happens. One of your kids gets sick. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. Say that's me. One of your kids gets sick. Maybe your car breaks down. Let me know if that's you. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. You have the best intentions and you get discouraged because the sales are not coming in, so you stop posting. You have the best intentions, but your parents call you. You have to drop everything and you gotta go take care of your parents because they're in the hospital. But you have the best intentions. Let me know how many times that has happened to you. You have best intentions to connect with people that can promote your event, but you don't know what to say. You don't. When they ask you how to send that, like they ask you for materials. They're like, "What is your collateral?" They ask you like, what is the images? What's the link? What is the copy? Like, what is the website? You don't have any of those things. Let me know if that's you. Thank you so much for your honesty. I really appreciate that. Say that's me. They ask you, I want to support you. What's the link? I went to your page. I didn't see it. What's going on? You're like, oh, let me see it. I don't have it. What happened was, I done it. I've done it. I remember that I have left things to the last minute, and then the night before I was supposed to do everything, my daughter was sick. We had to go to the ER. We stay up all night at the ER. The next day I was pooped. I was exhausted. I couldn't do anything. There goes that lunch. There goes that lunch because I left everything for the last minute. You're like a last minute specialist. And then you're wondering why, they say is the law of Murphy, right? Murphy's law. What can go wrong will go wrong. So there are ways that you can stop life getting in the way. You have a strategy. You do the work ahead of time. And I know that that's like a 4-letter word for people. Pre-work. I know that some people are allergic. They break out in hives. They break out in hives. Pre-work? What are you talking about? I want to fly by the seam of my pants. Let me know, because that sounds awesome to me. Let me know if that's been your life. Flying by the seam of your pants. You do what you want. You schedule it a week before you're gonna launch it, and you have the best intentions to get it done. Let me know. I told you this is gonna be an ouch broadcast. I told you that. Hey Jennifer, good to see you. God bless you. I told you it's gonna be an ouch broadcast. I told you. You are a last minute specialist, and then you get discouraged, and then you change your mind, and you half-baked put it together, you don't deliver, and then you do something else, and then you move to the next thing and the next thing, and then you wonder, where's the money? Why am I not making the money that I could be making? Is that now painting a picture for you? Is that making more sense now? You're like, oh, that's why my retreats are not selling out. That's why I'm not making the money that I want to make. That's why my t-shirt line, people, it didn't take off, because I was random. Exactly. It's the stretching before the workout. Absolutely. Yep. It's the stretching before the workout. If you don't want to get hurt, you do the stretching. Hey, Charmaine, good to see you. God bless you. Is this making sense? Am I making you uncomfortable? Am I making you think? Are you realizing there was a big disconnect in what you were doing? Are you realizing that? Are you getting that? Are you realizing that something has to change? Just let me know if this is helping you. If you're realizing, oh, it's not that God doesn't want me to make money. It's just that I don't have a strategy. It's just that I am not doing the right things. I don't have a strategy, and I'm staying there, and I'm trying to do my best. There has to come a time when you realize, I don't know what I'm doing. There's so much power in saying that. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Does that make sense? It's okay to say, I don't know what I'm doing. Don't stay there though, but it's okay to say, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you get with someone that knows what they're doing. That's the best way that I can help you today. You get with someone that knows what they're doing, and you ask the questions. You ask the questions. Does that make sense to you guys? Listen, for the longest time, I wasted time taking courses, and I didn't change this pattern. I'm just being transparent with you. I went mastermind after mastermind. I'm talking about 6-figure expenses, 6-figure investments, and I did not break that pattern of my randomness. I did not break that pattern of not doing the pre-work, and then I kept wondering why things were not working. Pre-work, not randomness, and working on money generating activities. I'm telling on myself today. I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, and I don't mind, because I don't want you to struggle for so many years like I did. I don't want you to be wondering, why are things not working for me? Why are things not working for me? And you want to blame it on other people. You want to blame it on the economy. You want to say things have changed. People don't want to spend on me, with me. They don't get me. That's not it. You know what they say? We have met the enemy, and the enemy is us. In this case, you have been your worst enemy, and you had no idea. You had zero idea that you were not helping yourself. But that ends today. It has to. It has to end today. You know what they say? Once you know better, you do better. Or you should. You should. Sometimes you know better and you still don't do better. But you're smart. You're a smart cookie. You're a smart gentleman. You know what's good for you. You need to realize there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I realized that for myself, and I stopped the randomness, because life gets in the way every single time. But if you do the pre-work, life can get in the way all you want. Your stuff is already done. Your stuff, it's already done. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up in the DMs. If you're serious, if you're done, you're like, Catherine, I'm done. I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. I know that I struggled. In every book that I had ever written, every program that I ever created was out of that place of I don't know, and I had to create a solution. I had to. Every time I ask God, God help me. You know what he says? I'm going to show you so you can show other people. Literally, that's what's happened every single time. Every single time I create something, you can, if you ever wonder, oh, Catherine wrote that book. She had a struggle with that. Oh, Catherine created that program. That was my struggle. You don't even have to wonder. You don't have to be like, I wonder. Yes. I wonder if Catherine had that problem too. Yes, she did. No shame. No shame. It would be a shame if I stay there. It would be a shame if I didn't put a system in place that will help other people so they don't struggle with that. That would be the shame. So don't let anybody ever shame you for struggling, for going through something. It is not shame in struggling. There is a shame if you stay in the struggle. Does that make sense? Don't let anybody shame you. We all make mistakes. We were not born knowing everything. We were not born knowing everything, okay? but it is up to us to not stay there. Thank you, Rhea. Awesome. So I'll connect with you. If you have any questions, I wanted to create something that will help you with the randomness. I wanted to create something that would change your life. So you can type, I want to talk to you, I need you, and I'll hit you up on the DMs. Because I'm serious about this. I don't want God's people to struggle anymore. I was meeting with my pastor yesterday and I said, I have an urgency for God's people to make money. I have an urgency. I'm sick and tired of people saying, I want to do this ministry, but I don't have the money. I want to go and give, I want to go to this country, or I want to send people to that country, but I don't have the money. That pains me. Literally, it pains me. I'm not exaggerating. I have an urgency for God's people to make money. And you have seeds in your hand. You have, inside of you, you have everything you need to create the money, to do the things that God has called you to do. Thank you, April. I'll hit you up, okay? You have everything within inside of you to do the thing that God has called you to do. I have an urgency about it because I want you to be, have creative freedom. That's what I call it. When you're not worried about money, you're brilliant. When you're not worried about money, you know what happens when you don't worry about money? You are dangerous for the kingdom. Plain and simple. You are dangerous for the kingdom. And we need to be dangerous in this season. I don't know about you, but we need to be dangerous in this season. We need to be lenders. We need to have a lot of buildings. We need to be able to back up a lot of people. That's what I want. I want the church to be rich. I want the church to be able to fund any ministry they want to. I want the church to change their mind about money. That's my calling. That's what I wrote. I even wrote a book about money. Awesome, Charmaine. I'll hit you up as well. I need the church to change their mind about money. That's why I wrote, I am set free. I had an issue with money. I had an issue understanding that money, it's okay, that we can use money in the kingdom, that the kingdom needs money. So I had to change my mind about that. So I wrote a book I created a program about that because that was my issue with money. I don't have that problem anymore. I think money is great. I think money opens doors. I think money gives you options. I think money feeds people. Let's just be practical. You want to feed people? You need money to feed people. You want to open an orphanage so kids are not in the street? You need money for that. Can I get an amen? That's just simple. That's just real talk. That's just real talk. People want to say they want to do ministry all the time. That takes money. You can start it, but can you sustain it? Can you sustain it? Can you sustain it? So don't be telling me that money is evil. Don't be telling me that you don't need money, because you need money. And God has given you everything within the inside of you to make that money. Now you have to learn from someone that can help you get it out. You have to learn from someone that is there, that's been there and knows what you're talking about and speaks your language. And speaks your language. Remember that I told you about the book that I'm working on, the devotional, about the book of Genesis? I'll give you a quick thing about it. The way the world was created was by speaking life. Speaking life. But God spoke and things were. We're not God, right? We got to speak and we have to move. We got to speak and we have to move. So God told the world to be a certain way. We need to speak things and then we need to do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? We want to do ministry, great. You're going to speak life over your business. You're going to speak life over your ministry, over your situation, and then you got to go do the work. Then you got to have faith. I get it. You got to pray. I get that. But you have to go do the work. You have to go plant the seed. You got to go tell people about it. You have to have a strategy about it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You got to speak life and you got to do the work. So I'm not one of those people that say, just pray your problems away. That's not the way. That's not what the Bible says. I'm sorry. Yes, you pray. I believe in prayer. I'm a woman of prayer. But you need to do the work. You need to do the work. Okay? You need to do the work. Okay? You need to do the work. Does that make sense, guys? So as you watch this, if you realize that, you know what? I'm your coach. You are someone that I can learn. Just let me know. Say, hey, I want to talk to you. I need help. I want to know what you're talking about. If you need this strategy, if you need to know how to go from point A to point Z, let's connect. Because it's time. It's time that you get, okay? It's time It's time that you stop the randomness, and it's time that you get out what you have inside of you. I love that. Yeah, speak life and do the work. Lawana says, we speak and we move. That's just where I am. You let me know if I'm wrong. You show me in the Bible where you just pray your problems away and you do nothing. You let me know. You show me where it says that. Okay, you show me. I wanted to share this with you today. Yeah, the club is ridiculous. The club is amazing, and I wanted to make sure that there were no excuses about it. No excuses about it. So those are the ones that want to talk to me, let me know. I'll let you know what I'm working on, how I can help you. So glad that we're connected too. But I need you to be rich. I need you to be rich. Are you listening to me? I need you to be rich. I need you to be rich. I'm seriously speaking that over your life. But you need to figure out those things. You need to stop the randomness. You need to have a strategy, and you need to work. You need to concentrate on money generating activities. That's my heart, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Remember that I'm rooting for you, and I will see you very soon. Post your questions right here on this broadcast, and I'll hit you up. Okay? God bless you.